Most young people spend hours scrolling on social media. A few spend 10 pages a day reading. 5 years later, these two categories of people are living a very different lives. While one person is reacting to the issues of his life, the other person is busy making advancement. And you see, when it happens like this, people call it luck. It has nothing to do with luck. When it happens like this, the difference is what these two set of people fed their mind with. So in this video, I'll share with you how to become dangerous. How reading every day can make you dangerous. The number one thing we need to understand is reading every day rewires your mind. So there is nothing as important as your mind, because your mind is like a gate to your life. Before getting to your house, you must first pass through the gate. If that gate is destroyed, that means your house is very open. Criminals can come in at any time. So that is how your mind is. So when we read every day, we are not just trying to accumulate information. What we are doing is we are trying to build our mind. We are trying to make sure we build our mind to become more powerful. We are making sure our mind becomes more focused and disciplined. Because studies has proven it over time that the people who read regularly are more disciplined. Reading every day rewires your mind. When it rewires your mind, it starts with how you think. It changes how you think. When you change how you think, it now affects how you live your life. It will affect how you speak, how you address issues, how you talk to people, and all of that. The decisions you make, it begins to change. It will become evident in your life that this person is thinking differently. Even when people are busy thinking about what to eat, you are thinking about how to feed others. That is the mindset. So the second thing reading does is reading gives you access to great minds. Now ask yourself, how much will it cost you to sit one-on-one with Elon Musk? How much is it going to cost you to sit one-on-one with Warren Buffett, with James Clear, with Napoleon Hill? Sir, most of these persons have spent 20 years of their life trying to write one particular book. They have spent 30 years of their life trying to write one particular book. Sir, what will it cost you to sit one-on-one with these persons? So when we begin to read, we are being exposed to the system of seeing through the eyes of those that are where we want to go in life. If you are asked to sit one-on-one, to pay to sit with Elon Musk today, tell me, will you be able to pay the money? That is no. So why not get their books and study? You need to borrow their eyes and see the world from their perspective. Because you see, in this world, there are some persons that think that they are limited simply because of where they come from. While some persons are busy thinking of how they could change this world. You get what I'm saying? It's a free world. The sky belongs to nobody. Sir, this wing belongs to you. You can fly. The sky belongs to nobody. You don't need to pay any task. What you need is that awareness. You need a self-esteem. You need to understand who you are. So we need to see the world from a different lens. So the third thing reading does to anybody, it doesn't matter whether you are white or black. The third thing reading does is reading is how you find yourself. So many people are too busy trying to settle life issues. Most of the things we are going through, some authors have gone through it, and they have been able to write down the steps they took in order to come out of what we are in. So what will it cost you to to go through their books and know the steps they took, so that you won't be able to be guessing? You don't live your life by assuming. Reading is how we find ourselves. So most of the mindset shift I have now, I didn't get it by conversations. Most of this mindset shift came from a very simple sentence I got in a book. And that sentence struck me so hard that I needed to write them down. You get what I'm saying? So reading is how you find yourself. Sir, you don't have a spare life elsewhere. Make sure you learn from people that are where you want to go. Learn from them. It is by following a giant step that makes one a giant. So make sure whatever thing you are doing, is it in academics? Learn from those that are ahead of you. Don't try to live your life by assumption. Just imagine what it took someone 20 years to write. You sit down and you compressed someone else's 20 years in 1 week. Maybe you finish someone else's book in 1 week, and you learn, you grow, you live your life like a winner. You get what I'm saying? And then fourthly, reading builds unshakable confidence. Sir, there is a kind of knowledge that comes from reading alone. There is a kind of knowledge that only reading gives. So while others are busy trying to assume that, while others are trying to live their life on assumption, you are not living your life on assumption. There are some rooms when you enter, simply because you've read widely, you've understood politics, you've understood who you are, you've understood where you are going to, you've understood politics, you've understood communication, sir. When you enter those rooms, you have something to contribute. It is called value. So when you get to rooms like that where great minds are seated, you have what to say. You have what to contribute. That is how it is. That is how it is. There are no two ways about it. So how do you start living this kind of life? Because you see, reading is not for everybody. No. Reading is not for everybody. Reading is for everybody, reading is for anybody that wants to rise above mediocrity. Reading is not for anybody that wants an average life. You know the kind of life you want. So you know that in order for you to get to where you want to go, you need to build capacity in knowledge. That is how it is. And you see, there is no future for anybody who doesn't read. There is no future for anybody who doesn't read. No two ways about it. No. No future, sir. How do you start? Number one, read 10 pages a day. Don't start by reading 1 hour a day. No. Don't start by reading a chapter a day. No. That is not necessary. Start by reading 10 pages a day. We become what we repeatedly do. You graduate from reading 10 pages a day. Like that. How do you start? Start with what pulls you. See, I don't need you to start with anything. I need you to start reading something that interests you. Read something that you are interested in. It might be biographies, books on personal development, it might be books related to businesses. But make sure it should be something that you are interested in. You get what I'm saying? And then finally, how do you start? Apply one thing per book. As you read, don't just read because you are being told to read. Read because as you read, you apply it to your life. Knowledge itself isn't powerful. If there is no power to move what you know into actions, what you know becomes useless. So as you learn, as you read, make sure you apply it to your life. That is where the change becomes effective. If this video spoke to you, subscribe, share this video to anybody, any young person you know needs to hear this. And comment, what is that one book that changed your life? See you in the next video.